Big question around Sacramento today. Will the beam be lit tonight as the Kings prepare to play Game 6 in the NBA playoffs against the defending NBA champs? Tonight could mark the end of the season for the Sacramento Kings. After an amazing start to the playoffs, they find themselves in a must-win situation. Their backs are against the wall right now and playing their opponents on their home court at the Chase Center in San Francisco. Despite taking 3 straight losses after starting the series 2-0, the team still has a chance to catch up to the Golden State Warriors. Game 6 is at 5 o'clock tonight in San Francisco. If they win and there is a Game 7, that would be on Sunday in Sacramento. The time of that game has not been released because we need to know what happens tonight. And here to talk about Kings playoff chances, Sacktown Sports 1140 host Nick Cattles. Nick, thanks for joining us. Welcome to Sacramento. I know you've only been here about a year and a half, but I'm pretty convinced that you have brought us all the good luck since you came here about a year and a half ago with the Kings. I think having the last name like Cattles tells us that you were meant to be here with the Cowbell Kingdom.
Yeah, I mean, that's the first time I've heard that. I've been here for about a year and a half, and nobody has mentioned that to me before. So it's a pretty good point by you. And look, I don't want to take all the credit. I mean, let's give some credit to Monte McNair and this basketball team. But it's been a heck of a ride this season, and I'm sure it's going to be a heck of a ride tonight, Lisa.
Okay, honestly, you are very objective. I mean, especially since you just moved here. But what do you think are our chances tonight of winning this and getting to a Game 7?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're pretty good. I wouldn't say they're great, but I do think you have a chance for a number of reasons. Look, the Warriors are great at home. They've been great at home all year long, but the Kings have been very good on the road. And, you have to ask whether or not you believe this team is going to now lose, 3 straight road games, which, is pretty difficult to believe given what they've done during the regular season. They also haven't had a losing streak of more than 3 games since like November. So, they have a fighter's chance, I would say. And before the series began, Lisa, I said this was going to be tight, 6 or 7 games. I could not see this series going, in a sweep or a gentleman's sweep, as they call it. So, yeah, you just got to do a few things better tonight at the Chase Center, and you have a legitimate shot of bringing this back to Game 7 at the G1C.
I wouldn't question what Coach Brown is doing personally. I mean, especially after getting Coach of the Year. And what he's done with this franchise in one season has been remarkable. But what do you think about, who he's been playing the last couple of days? Because think back to Game 1, and I'm really talking about the big men down low in the center position. Alex Len, remember how he played in Game 1, even getting the DPOG that night? Do you think they need to be playing more of him, or what do you think needs to change tonight?
So I would personally, again, I'm not in the business of telling Coach Brown what, is best for the team, but I kind of made a demand on last night's show. I would like to see Davion Mitchell start for this team. I would replace Kevin Huerter with Davion in the starting lineup, honestly. I think to have that other ball handler with Fox's finger and how he looked in the second half the other night, and Davion's defense against Steph Curry has been pretty incredible in this series. So I would start Davion, and I actually, Lisa, as far as big men go, I would trend to go small at the 5 tonight coming off the bench. I think you're going to see Domas play bigger minutes than he has in this series. He's averaging somewhere around 36, 37 minutes. This is win or go home. I wouldn't be surprised if Domas gives you 40 plus minutes tonight. In those other minutes, I would entertain the idea of going small because the Warriors, they've been perfectly fine playing Draymond Green at the 5. And I think Alex Len has been hurt by that defensively. So I'm interested to see if Coach Brown changes a couple of things tonight. Maybe Davion starts. I would see that less likely as maybe going smaller for the backup 5 position off the bench.
I agree with you. I think when we have De'Aaron Fox and Davion in, and even when you can bring in a Trey Lyles or a Malik Monk, we do really, really well because they can all keep up with the speed, and Davion really lifts the elevation of defense, which you need when you got Steph Curry out there, one of the greatest 3-point shooters maybe ever.
Yeah, the numbers. I mean, if you look at what Davion's done, I went over some of the numbers yesterday. I want to glaze your eyes over anything, but when you look at the numbers, Davion, when he's defended Steph Curry, Steph has shot well under 50%. Yeah. And it's not just a one-on-one, Lisa. You can talk about one-on-one individual matchup, but the impact of Davion defending Steph has really hurt the Warriors' offense in totality.
Yeah.
Their offensive rating when Davion defends Steph Curry in this series is under 98. And in the regular season, the Warriors' offensive rating was over 115. So
right. There you go.
I mean, they're completely different offense when Davion is out there.
Yeah, that's why they call him off night. He definitely forces the other player to have an off night, and that's what happens. All right, Nick Cattles, thank you so much for joining us. Again, welcome to Sacramento, and we look forward to speaking with you much more. And hopefully the season isn't over tonight. It is do or die tonight. Thank you so much. You can listen to Nick in the afternoon on Sports Talk 1140. Nick, what is it, 2 to 4 p.m.?
2 to 6 p.m.
2 to
Cattles
6
and
p.m. All right. Thank you so much. And tonight, the Kings will host another free watch party for fans. Everyone is invited. Ticket is required, though, for admission. Fans can watch the game on the big screen, enjoy live entertainment and giveaways. It's a free event. Kings dancers and Slamson will also be on hand. Doors open at 4 o'clock, 1 hour before tip-off. For more information, go to kcra.com. And for the very latest on the Kings' trip through the playoffs, download the KCRA 3 app. You can get updates on the game sent straight to your phone. Just make sure you turn on those push notifications.